The reason why most people struggle to lose fat and get lean isn't what they do 95% of the time. It's what they do the 5% of the time in those situations that lead them to cave into temptations and overeat. Yet when many people fall off the wagon or slip up on their diet, they tend to completely overhaul the 95% of their diet that's actually working and neglect to improve upon that 5% that's been holding them back. Really trying to get to the root cause of what's leading them to cave into temptations and leading them to overeat. A great example of this would be this past weekend. There's lots of festivals going on around here, lots of events that I've been attending. And I've been looking forward to this. It only happens once a year, Carousel of Nations, where I get to explore all the different little villages and taste a lot of different ethnic foods that I don't usually get the chance to enjoy. So looking forward to this all week long, and Friday leading up to these events, I ate a little bit lighter. From past experiences, I know I can't eat too light leading up to it because by the time I get to that event, I'm going to be so ravenous that as soon as I take that first bite, the floodgates are going to open and I'm not going to be able to control myself. So I ate just a little bit lighter to make room. I'll have a little bit more calories to play around with so I can enjoy more of these foods. But I'm going to enjoy them responsibly, just tasting little bits of everything and really getting a taste of all the flavors from all the different nations. So started off in a Mexican village, had two little tamales, so good, and washed that down with a very small margarita, which was absolutely freaking delicious. The next stop was a Polish village where I had 5 pierogies, some sauerkraut, and half a sausage. Absolutely delicious, and a Polish beer as well, which was delicious. And that was perfect. I felt satisfied. I didn't feel full, certainly not stuffed. Like, I really enjoyed that experience and the company I was with. Now it was the end of the night, getting ready to go home, and I felt this strong urge with the temptations of the desserts that were around. I came so close to having dessert even though I wasn't hungry at all. I was satisfied. I knew if I had dessert, it would put me over the edge. I would feel overfull. I would come home. I would have a crappy sleep because I'd feel uncomfortable. I'd likely have some acid reflux. I'd have a crappy night's sleep, so I'd feel like crap the next day. My digestive system would be out of whack. So I knew having dessert wasn't going to be beneficial to me. I wasn't going to gain any joy out of that experience. It was only going to cause me discomfort. Yet I still felt this incredible draw towards the temptations of the dessert there. It was, I'm telling you, it took everything within me to stop myself from having it. I just kept, I'm like, the dessert's there. I should have. I feel like having dessert at this point. Scott, you're not hungry, but I feel like having this dessert. It's here. This event only happens once a year. I should really have this dessert. But knowing that I'm not hungry and I'm not going to gain any joy from that dessert in this moment. But there's this back and forth conversation going on in my mind. Like the cravings, the draw, the temptation was so strong, but I'm like, wait, do you really want this? Do you really need this? And having those conversations in my mind, like, you're not hungry. You know, if you have this, you're not going to enjoy it. And you're certainly you're not going to enjoy how you feel afterwards. You don't need this. You don't actually want it. It's just this temptation is here. You've had a great night up to this point. You've enjoyed and sampled a lot of different foods. You're golden, man. There's another event tomorrow. You're going to enjoy desserts then. You don't need it right now. At the 5 minute mark, after waiting 5 minutes and having these conversations in my head, I'm like, I don't want that dessert at all. Like, it was no, I don't, it was just that craving, the power of the temptation that was drawing me towards it, even though I didn't really want it. And I definitely didn't need it at that point. I felt very satisfied from everything that I ate throughout the day. So it's just the power of temptations is incredible. And this wasn't willpower that allowed me to resist that temptation. It was rational thinking. It was being aware of me kind of coming up with excuses in my head, like reasons to justify like why I should have it. You're lean, Scott. You're doing great. This event only happens once a year. Why not just have it here? But then being rational in my thinking, going, okay, I'm not hungry and I'm going to feel like crap afterwards if I have this. It's not worth it to enjoy it right now. You can enjoy some treats tomorrow. So rational thinking got me to avoid that temptation, and then feeling empowered by making a decision that was going to serve me best in that moment, in that night, and the morning afterwards, because I'm waking up feeling empowered. I'm like, yeah, bring on the day. We've got more festivities that are coming up here where I get to enjoy even more food. So again, Saturday during the day, ate light throughout the day, preparing for the evening. Hit the German village first, a German beer, and Wiener Schnitzel and sauerkraut once again. And second stop was a Caribbean village, had a small little rum punch, no food there. Third village was a Greek the village, and had a small beer there, as well as the honey balls. Oh my goodness. So good. So I knew that was part of it. Like Friday night, I didn't need that dessert then, knowing that I was going to have the honey balls, which I was really looking forward to. I look forward to those every single year, even though I could have those any time of the year at some of the different restaurants in the area here. There's something about it at this festival here that was delicious. So again, ate everything responsibly in those moments. These are things that I've learned from my past experiences. We're eating to that point of satisfaction, just sampling a little bit everything, being responsible with my intake with alcohol as well as with the food consumption allows me to really savor every bite, savor every sip, savor the company that I'm with, gaining the fullest joy from that experience in that moment as well as afterwards, because I don't feel overfull. I don't feel overstuffed. I feel empowered by that experience. I did what is allowing me to thrive. I feel great eating to that point of satisfaction and enjoying being able to enjoy all of these foods is fantastic. And there's no doubt like that first night, again, part of the conversation going on in my mind was, okay, oftentimes like even just one alcoholic beverage for me, even if it's a small drink, will dull my inhibitions and makes it easier for me to cave into temptations there. So again, in my mind, I'm like, Scott, you've had a couple drinks. It's making you think that you should have cave into these temptations. It makes it easier to do this. So in these situations, you know that it's kind of the alcohol talking as well. And so you're just learning from those past experiences. So I don't like, if I did cave into those temptations, it would be very easy. Well, geez, okay, I need to completely overhaul my diet here. How can I make this work better? Maybe I should intermittent fast. So I might shorten that window where I'm not going to eat all day long, and then I can completely pig out at these events, even though you still have to hit within a calorie target in that time. Or maybe I should just avoid all these carbohydrates. Maybe I should go keto or something like that, or paleo, and I'm only going to go to these festivals and eat stuff that's only whole natural nutrient rich. I can't enjoy any of the treats because it doesn't fit into this diet plan. No, you don't need to overhaul your diet plan. You just need to think, all right, what are the triggers here? What's going on in my mind? How am I justifying these things? How can I improve? And it's not going to be perfect every time. There are going to be times where I eat a little bit more than I had planned, but each time that happens, you learn from that experience, and the next time it becomes less and less and less. That's the way it's been for me, especially during the past 8 years where I've maintained my weight. Like after losing 50 pounds 14 years ago, I went through some bulking and cutting phases, gaining 20 to 30 pounds, shedding that weight. Now I just kind of maintain my weight during the past 8 years here. And again, it was learning to be responsible in these situations. And again, I'm like, I don't want to feel overfull and stuffed ever again. But I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm full. I don't enjoy this feeling. Okay, learn from that experience and just learn what's the point where I feel comfortable pushing away. And just, it gets better and better each and every time. But knowing that this is a lifelong journey, it's never going to be absolutely 100% perfect. We're always going to have that opportunity to learn and grow from each experience and do what's going to allow us to thrive in those moments and afterwards as well. So focus on improving the 5% of the time where you are caving into temptations or situations that are leading you to overeat. Maybe it's just dinner time where you're going up for seconds. Maybe it's dinner time where you're eating whatever your kids didn't finish on their plate. You just need to eat that in that moment when you could just take their leftovers, put it in the fridge, and include it in your lunch the following day and balance things out there. So learning what to do best in those 5% of the situations is so that's the key to your fat loss success. So the number one rule that I like to follow in these situations when you're about to cave into that temptation is to give yourself 5 minutes there to just think, to process what's going on in your mind. Do you really need this? Do you really want this? Is this truly what's going to serve you best in that moment? And just that conversation that's going on in your head is going to allow you to overcome, in many cases, that temptation. And you're doing it with rational thinking rather than just needing to rely on willpower. Oh, I really want, I got to resist it, got to resist it. No, you're thinking like, what's actually going to serve you best? So give yourself a good 5 minutes before you actually have that dessert or you cave into a temptation. If you really think, and if afterwards, after 5 minutes, you're like, I really want this right now. I really want this. Have it. See how you feel afterwards. Was it worth it? Was it not? Learn from that experience and improve upon it the next time if you need to.